I guess, suspend the imagination that you're looking at something that really feels real, although it's just totally unreal.
We shot some simulated travel of Russell in the car, which we did stationary. What this means is that Russell will be providing some of the bumps and grinds, and so will the camera operators.
Doing everything stylistically in a real sort of handheld, in the moment kind of feel. So you kind of buy that you're watching Russell do his thing out on the track.
Generally, what you'll find is that we're moving the camera in a bit of an abstract pattern or something that doesn't really have a rhythm. And we'll be shaking the camera and trying to recreate some of the conditions that you would actually have if you're filming this stuff for real, on the move, on a track. We put green screens behind the backgrounds of both shots, all the angles, so that when today we're out on the track, we'll be shooting background plates, which can be composited in on the green. And then any flyers that need to be animated will be animated between the foreground subject and the background.
Not every day you get to wrangle flies, but the nice things about what we do, I guess, in movies is every day is different. Initially had to track someone down that bred flies, which I started off at the zoo, and they put me onto a number of people, including a company in Merimbula called Bugs for Bugs. They sent me down a bunch of larvae. It's essentially the eggs of flies. They go from maggots to this pupae rather than larvae. Larvae is the maggots, pupae is these little eggs. And then the eggs in turn hatch to become flies. The freshly anaesthetised fly pulverises much better than your day-old dead fly. These here should be doing their thing later today, having been suitably calmed down. The CO2 goes in there, and they will go to sleep. Or if I leave it for long enough, they stay asleep.
Ramesh. I'm a composer at Songzoo and we're doing the music and sound design for this commercial. This was a really cool job to work on because, for one, it's such a radical idea. It's one of the few occasions where you get a script and we're all really excited by it. In the process with the music, we knew that we all talked about early on and we knew it could go in so many different directions and we wanted to find something special. Thought I'd try a track which would take the old sort of country or blues style and then sample it and reuse it. The process was to get players in, record some stuff in a really authentic style, and then sampling the stuff up and then manipulating it in the computer. So we actually started there, and in the end we decided we'd try to make it a little bit more modern, so we added in some modern kind of drum beats, a real bass player playing double bass. I used a guitarist named Jack Housden, who's the guitarist from the Whitlams. Of course, the really important element is the vocals.
I'm gonna take you to the other side. Don't know how, I don't know why, but it'll make sense if we take a ride across to the other side.
These are all the main elements of the track, and you kind of, mix and match things and try lots of different stuff. And the cool thing is we've had lots of time to experiment to end up where we ended up, because we've ended up somewhere that we weren't expecting to be. And that was due to having, the time and the creative freedom to take the track to its natural progression.
I'm the 3D lead at Animal Logic. This has been a pretty challenging job. There's a lot of technical issues to resolve. There's a lot of shots. There's a lot of R&D developing the look of how the flies would behave and how they would attach to the car. We get the footage back and we block out all the animation. In this case, we used just a stand-in 3D car that didn't have any flies on it to work out where all the motion would go. Once the animation was fairly well down the line, then we had some lighting people start looking at it, and they looked at the best way to light it to get it to sit into the scene. Yeah. That involves rendering lots of different layers: specularity passes, diffuse passes, shadow passes, beauty passes, extra little bits passes. That all gets sent down to the compositor, and then they play around with the levels, and then it all takes weeks to happen.